saving a file as a PDF. So PDF, this stands for Portable Document Format. And this is one of the most common export formats for emailing documents, but also for printing high-res output. So what do we get when we make a PDF? PDFs will embed the graphics and the fonts. So this means that the recipient of the file does not need to have the fonts loaded to view the document correctly. So it's a perfect choice for sending comps to your client via email, but it also is really becoming the standard for sending high quality work to be professionally printed. So we have actually two options when we create a PDF, and they basically is a high quality versus a low quality. So it's a compressed versus an uncompressed. Let's go ahead and do this. So under the File menu, you're going to choose Save a Copy. And so here I can choose to save this as an Adobe PDF. And when I click on this, let me click Save. Let's click PDF to create that and save. So I'm saving a copy of my Illustrator document, which again is best practice because you never want to somehow lose your original. So here's the Save Adobe PDF. And the other nice thing here is that if your client does not have the Adobe Creative Suite, they can certainly still view this. Almost 100% of all computer users today have Acrobat Reader, and Acrobat Reader will allow anyone then to view a PDF, and Acrobat Reader is free. So looking back at this Save Adobe PDF, we have different areas here that we can change settings. Now you can save a preset. A preset basically is saving these set standards that then you can just easily and quickly navigate to. For instance, this high quality print. Let's just go ahead and click that and see what happens here. The description says, use these settings to create Adobe PDF documents for quality printing on desktop printers and proofers. So we are able to create these PDFs, and then it says can be opened with Acrobat and Acrobat Reader. So Acrobat Professional comes with the Creative Suite, and this allows us to create forms, add interactivity, do some editing with our document, and Reader is just a viewer. If I navigate to compression here, we're going to see that this has no compression up here. So I can do some compressions. Again, here's my compatibility. Here's the sampling. And so this is where we're looking at what is happening here. This one actually is going to a JPEG. We could choose none, and it would be actually even a higher quality. So once we get into this JPEG compressions, we are reducing the file size down and we are reducing the quality. And here's a resampling. So we want to make sure that we're not reducing this too far down. If we start going lower this and we do resample it, we can do not resample, keeps it high. If we can resample it down, sometimes you'll see these to resample any images above to a certain number. Again, for the web, you would go down to 72 ppi. Okay, so you can look through all of those options here. The marks and bleeds, if you are going to send this to be professionally printed, you want to choose all printer marks, or at minimum your trim marks, probably registration if you're going to do a 4-color process print, and some other options here. Bleeds, so use the document bleed settings. If you want to put in your own bleed settings at this point, you can add those bleed settings here, or you can add them to the new document dialog box as well. Okay, so here you can just navigate through and see all of the potential options that you have. There are some security options here as well, as far as requiring a password to open the document, and then a summary where you can go through and see exactly what's happening, and then saving the PDF. When I save it, it's done. The cool thing about a PDF, actually, deep down in the embedding, there's some vector formatting. So if you save your Illustrator document as a PDF, you actually can open that PDF back in Illustrator and continue on with your vector editing. So there's a bonus there, not really best practice. Usually save your Illustrator as an Illustrator document if your intention is to go back and do editing. So that's how we can create a PDF in Illustrator.